Ladies and gentlemen, this is Rispa of Reham Organic Inputs, and I'm delighted to speak to us on a very pertinent topic, especially as we consider this planting season. Now, the conventional paradigm in agriculture in Kenya is that all there is to the soil is chemistry. And so we farmers in Kenya believe that for as long as you've added DAP, that's diammonium phosphate, at planting and top dress with NPK, right, you have taken care of all the soil needs. Today, I'd like to put it to us that there are two additional elements of the soil that we need to address ourselves to. That chemistry is not all that there is to the soil, right? I would like us to look at those two photographs there. One is the same field. The first photo there is the same field before two other very critical issues are addressed, and then the same field after they have been addressed, 3 weeks after they have been addressed. I want to put it to us that apart from N, P, and K, right, and D and A and P, which are all the chemistry aspect of the soil, this is a forgotten element called carbon, or the C, right, which normally is introduced to the soil by decomposed matter, humus, right? And it has a very great impact on the soil acidity, that is the pH, right? Because without carbon, there is no life in the soil, because carbon is what supports microbial activity and beneficial fungal activity in the soil. Without it, there is no life in the soil. So that is a forgotten element that farmers in Kenya need to start thinking about again. That has introduced the chemistry. Think about the biology in the soil as well. As you revitalize your chemistry every single season before you plant, you need to think about the forgotten element, carbon, right? Which affects the life in the soil and the acidity, the levels of acid in the soil. And in Kenya, acidity is a big issue. Look at your field. If you see the following symptoms, right? Stunted growth, dark green leaves with red, bronze, or purple tinges, right? Tinges or even tears, like, spots or like holes, right? Brown green spots on leaves, and leaf necrosis and enchlorosis, right? A folding of the leaves. All those, and then also an incidence of diseases in the soil, right? All those point to acidity in the soil, and all our soils in Kenya on the overall are acidic. So, as we consider the chemistry of the soil, as we do every season, I want to call upon us to consider the forgotten elements, that is carbon and its relationship with the soil acidity and the soil life. And as you have a plan to replenish the chemistry of your soil, as you always do with the chemical fertilizer, also have a plan to replenish the carbon, right, in the soil, and the microbial levels as well, because they have as you can see from the photos, they have a serious bearing on the quality of the crop that you will get at the end of the day, right? They are a very important component of the soil as well. So why is soil acidity bad for your crops? It affects the nutrient availability. Even that N, P, and K that you're putting into the soil, if the soil acidity is not where it should be, and it should be about 7.5, if it is not there, even that chemistry you're putting into the soil will not be available to the plant optimally, right? There will be increased toxicity, and when the pH is not right, there's just no life. The soil biodata simply does not work, right? And then it stunts the root growth. Acidic soils restrict root expansion, reducing nutrient and water absorption. Remember, the quality of your life, of your crop, is directly affected by the vigor of the root system. The more vigorous your roots, the better your plant health, and it will affect the yield at the end of the day, right? So soil acidity greatly impedes the vigor of the root system. So you need to consider, above the chemistry of the soil this season, consider boosting up the carbon levels and doing something about the soil pH so that it is optimal, right? So there is more to the soil than just the chemistry that we usually address ourselves to. It's about time Kenyan farmers started addressing themselves to the biology of the soil as well. At Reham Organic Inputs, we have two solutions for you. One is the Rotuba soil conditioner, which addresses itself both to the acidity and the carbon. It has quite a bit of carbon and a high microbial count. All right. So it deals with the acidity, introduces a good level of liquid carbon and humic acids, and introduces a very high microbial count, giving the soil over time its power to regenerate itself, right? So it looks like that. And 1 liter is enough for 1 acre because it is diluted into 50 liters of water and you can spray it on the ground. And it goes for 1,800 shillings per liter, and that's enough for the acre. Okay. And then to boost the levels of carbon, because we have said NP and K is not all there is to the soil, and there is a forgotten element called carbon. We have a fertilizer called Rotuba biofertilizer, purely organic, scientifically reinforced, and it is granulated, so it has convenience of application. So 2 to 3 bags, as you would your DAP or CAN, would go a long way in giving you a bumper harvest. I have seen farmers in a single season move their produce, their produce, we're talking about maize, the maize crop especially, from about 18 bags to 33 in a single season by addressing themselves to these two additional issues, right? So it's a small input that makes a whole world of difference in the quality of your soil and in your yield at the end of the day. So I would ask that you contact me. My name is Rispa. And I would ask that you contact me on that number 0713 352 440. I'd like to help you on this journey as you address yourself to the forgotten elements of the soil, to the hidden diseases in the soil, because lack of the poor soil pH and lack of carbon means a higher incidence of soil-borne diseases. Reach out to me and I'll be able to support you. I should be able to support you as you regenerate your farm profits by regenerating the quality of your soil. Thank you.